Hello, Steel City Surge fans. Skippy here, coach of the Steel City Surge, back for NBBL Week 2 against Willow. And we see Reggie Alecki with Terra, Latios, Ting Lu. No Proba passes. Great. Zapdos Galar. Delphox. So 2 Terra Captains. And Toxapex. Okay. So my plan was to lead Zoroark and have it mimic Spartacus. That is going to be the plan here. I kind of expect to see like a Zapdos lead, potentially. Ting Lu makes a lot of sense. Toxapex could also be a lead. But outside of that, I think we should be fine. I'm expecting the Alecki to be potentially, it could be electric, but I doubt it. Best of luck to Willow. I'm trying to think of what he didn't bring. Alecki lead. Okay. So we are going to show our Spartacus. I think I just want to knock off here. I could U-turn. We are Sash, so we're going to live whatever this wants to go for. I kind of just want to knock this off or whatever wants to come in. So we're going to go for a knockoff. He goes for a Volt Switch. He's going to take us to 47. It's going to reveal that we are Zoroark. Now, that Volt Switch did a lot of damage. That looks offensive. That looks to be offensive modest. It did 72%. No, 82%. Did 82%. So that Volt Switch is in range of a modest nature. Toxapex. Okay, so we're gonna knock off the Toxapex. That is huge. We're gonna get rid of whatever item this is. Black Sludge. Okay. Cool. So we see Volt Switch. We did see Black Sludge on this guy. I am going to go ahead and taunt it as well, and then we can U-turn out. So no Porygon Z, no Cloyster, no Cryogonal, no Probopass, Vileplume. Essentially, it's the top 6. Ice Beam. Okay. That's fine. So he picks up the KO on Zoroark, but we don't have to worry about this thing setting up on us. Toxapex, KO, Zoroark. Ice Beam with Black Sludge. Okay. Toxapex. We can probably go straight in with Rotom if we really wanted to. But I kind of like going in with Jolteon. What about Necrozma? Necrozma Photon Geyser should be able to knock this thing out right away. I'm going to go for a D-Dance right off the bat because nothing really wants to deal with Necrozma here. He does Hard Swap, so we get a free D-Dance off. That's good. Onto the Ting Lu switch in. Okay. We are at +1, +1. So Ting Lu could do a good amount of damage to us. I really want to get Chip on this thing and see if it's physically defensive or not. I'm gonna go for X-Scissor. That's good amount of damage. Heavy Slam, it does very little. We are also leftovers. I do not want a Terra on this thing. So we did almost 50% with X-Scissor. That means this is an offensive Ting Lu. So I might be able to get away with another D-Dance here. I'm going to go for another D-Dance. I'm going to get greedy. That looks like offensive Ting Lu. He does stay in. What does he go for? What does he go for here? Throat Chop. Okay, that does a lot of damage, but we do live. That was a crit, too. Jeez. Yeah, crit Throat Chop does a lot of damage. But the good thing is, +2, we might be able to outspeed Alecki. It's going to be very close. I'm going to go for an X-Scissor here, though. We're going to pick up the KO on Ting Lu. That is massive. That thing is bulky as heck. We are also at +2/+2. So I think the only thing that can really come out is Regieleki. We know it is 252 Modest Alecki with at least Volt Switch. Volt Switch can do 41%. If it is Modest, it might only have enough speed to outspeed like one or two things. But if he goes out into Alecki, I think he does go out into Alecki. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so no Ting Lu. We're at 138 HP. We're at 39. So Volt Switch is going to take a knockout on us here. I kind of just want to go straight into Spartacus on this because we can still set up on the Toxapex and deal with the Toxapex with Necrozma. So I'm going to go into Spartacus here. I'm expecting a Volt Switch. Getting rid of Ting Lu is really, really good. We do see Thunderbolt. Okay, cool. So this is really good for us too because we are slower than the Regieleki. So we can go for a Volt Switch without any real issue. We should be able to live an Explosion. The rest of his team does not like Jolteon really at all. I do like going for a Volt Switch here and just seeing what he wants to do. He could Terra, but I don't think he does Terra. A Volt Switch should do roughly a third to Regieleki if he wants to stay in, but I don't think he stays in. He definitely has Terra Blast on this thing, and it depends on the Terra, but he definitely can't KO us. He does swap. Okay, so we're going to get switch momentum here. It's really good. Latios. Okay, so he goes into Latios. This is okay. Because we can go into Sneasler and U-turn back into... We can U-turn into probably Corviknight. Yeah, we can U-turn into Corviknight with Spartacus because Spartacus... Sneasler. Sneasler should guarantee outspeed Latios. Yeah, even a Scarf Latios. Yeah. So we go into Sneasler, we U-turn. We guarantee outspeed this Latios. So we U-turn on this. It's at... it took a decent bit from Volt Switch. Volt Switch did 16 to 20%. That's roughly in that range. So Sneasler should be doing it. It might honestly KO here. But we're going to go for a U-turn. Because I expect to see this thing swap out. Potentially. He stays in. We do a lot of damage. We do not see the Poison Touch proc. But we can go freely into Spartacus here. Corviknight. We should be able to take whatever this wants to go for pretty well. Tailwind. Oh! A Tailwind. That's a little annoying. But I can U-turn here, and I should be able to knock this thing out too, so... I'm gonna go for a U-turn. He goes for Flip Turn. Okay. That's fine. Flip Turn into what? We got Tailwind... Flip Turn. That's a supportive Latios. Delphox. Oh, Delphox is going to take a lot from this, actually. Decent chunk. I feel like with Delphox, I might be able to go into Necrozma. I mean, Necrozma's at 138 right now. There is a Tailwind up, so I got to keep that in mind. I could go into Sneasler again, but with that Tailwind up, it's going to outspeed me no matter what I do. If I go into Jolteon and Terra Fairy, Jolteon is not going to do that much for me. Delphox was Fire, Fairy, and Grass. I think I do go back into Jolteon. Because I definitely don't go down to this unless it's like Choice Specs. Choice Specs. Yeah, Choice Specs knocks me out. I'm going to go into Rotom. I don't really see what I have Rotom here for outside of the Zapdos. Plus, if this is Terra Blast, Terra Grass, which it could be. Terra Blast, Terra Grass does not KO me with Choice Specs from this guy. Terra Grass, Terra Blast does not KO me from Delphox. So, oh, I know that's on Jolteon. Whoops. Terra Blast, Terra Grass does KO me. That's annoying. I'm gonna Pain Split, I think, because we are at 100% HP right now. This thing is at 26%. I'm gonna say, or 76%. Terra Blast has a roll to not KO me. I'm gonna Volt Switch. I'm not gonna think much about it. I want to see what he wants to go for. He does Terra. This might have been a throw on my part to get rid of. He's definitely Terra Grass here. He's Terra Fairy! He's not Terra Grass, he's Terra Fairy! Okay, so we don't go down to a Delphox hit then. Goes for D-Gleam. Okay. Yeah, no, we take that we take that decently well. That's alright, so it's down to half HP now. So with Tailwind, he always outspeeds us. If he's Terra Fairy, though, I should be able to live that with Jolteon. I should be able to live any hit he goes for with Jolteon and KO with Thunderbolt. Especially if I Terra Fairy myself. Jolteon should be able to knock it out. I want Terra Fairy with Jolteon because it deals with Gyapdos, it deals with Regieleki, or it deals with Latios and Gyapdos. And we don't outspeed with Aleki at all, but I don't, it can't, Aleki can't do anything to me right now, so I think Terra... Do I need to use my... I don't think I need to use my Terra right now. I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt right away, though. Scorching Sands. Oh, no! I should have Terra'd! But we live! We live! It's fine. It's fine. I forgot this thing got Scorching Sands completely. But we get the knockout. That's huge. Okay. I completely forgot this thing got Scorching Sands. But we got rid of the Terra, which is huge. We don't have to worry about Delphox. We might have to worry about Tailwind still. But if he goes into Latios, he does go into Latios. Okay. Do we go down to... We need to see if there's Tailwind still up. Is there Tailwind still up? Because we know it's not Scarf. Tailwind is not in effect anymore, so we outspeed the Latios. We know it is not Scarf. So we can Terra Fairy and go for an Alluring Voice. We are going to Terra Fairy and we go for Alluring Voice. I don't know why I didn't Terra before. I completely forgot this thing got Scorching Sands. I completely forgot about that. There's no Tailwind up anymore. We take down the Latios. That is massive. So now we just have Alecki, Gyapdos, and Toxapex. Toxapex just gets bodied hard by Necrozma with Photon Geyser, so I don't need to worry about it quite as much. Plus, I outspeed everything except the Alecki right now. Unless it's like Scarf Gyapdos. So we are in a very good spot right now. So we are in a very, very good spot. We haven't seen the Gyapdos at all. We've only seen Ice Beam from Toxapex. We've seen Volt Switch and Thunderbolt from the Alecki. He does bring out the Alecki. Now my question is... Modest Alecki. It could... I'm really tempted to just swap into something right now to take this hit. Terra Blast. If it does have Terra Blast, it's doing 30 to 35 currently. 30 to 35. We're at 105 HP. We should be able to live that. So we should be able to live that unless it's Explosion, and I don't think he would have Explosion on this based off of what was being shown. But why else would he come into this thing? So I am okay with going into... I'm okay with going for... I'm going to swap. I don't need Corviknight anymore. I'm going to go into Corviknight. I don't need it. And I think he's just going to double. He stays in. So what does he go for? Does he go for, like, Explosion or something? What does he go for? We'll be able to see what he goes for. Terra Blast. Okay. We lived the Terra Blast, so... Might have been a throw there. Thunderbolt always KOs us here. I'm keen to just U-turn. If he wants to go for Terra Blast again, that's fine. But if he wants to go for the KO... He doesn't go for the KO! He swaps! He must be like Scarf or something. Goes into Pex. Okay. This is actually really good. This is actually really good. Because even if Physical Wall Toxapex doesn't KO us. That is really good for us. He must be like Choice Alecki or something, or didn't like the potential swap back into Jolteon. I'm not 100% certain on that. But I do like going for a Photon Geyser here. Just straight up hitting a Photon Geyser. 2 shots, max Fizz Def, Toxapex. Yeah, that's not max Fizz Def, but that's really, really good for us. Toxic, that's fine. I kind of want to go for Stealth Rock now and just get late game chip on the potential protect / recover. I'm going to go for rocks here on the late game protect or Baneful Bunker. Potential swap too. I think he swaps, but he could protect. Ice Beam, Toxic. Toxic makes sense. He does swap. Goes into Zapdos. Okay. Shiny Zapdos Galar is so cool. I love how it looks like the Cantonian Zapdos. It's really nice. It's really nice. I like all the legendary bird trio shinies like that. It's pretty cool. So I am going to hard swap into Corviknight. Corviknight kind of just deals with Zapdos pretty well. I'm curious to see what he wants to go for too, because we can U-turn and slow pivot into potentially Jolteon. We do see CC. Jeez, that does a lot of damage. Okay. So that must be Choice Band. Zapdos, Galar. I think that's Choice Band. It might be Adamant Choice Band. Choice Band, yeah, it's doing over half. That might be Adamant Choice Band. I think that's Adamant Choice Band. I'm going to go in and sack off Rotom here, because Rotom is pretty much useless, and we'll get some nice little chip on that. With the Rocky Helmet. So now we can go in... We should be able to go in with Spartacus because it's at -2 defense now. Spartacus, Sneasler. Sneasler and just Dire Claw stuff to no end. So we can go in with Spartacus here. We should be able to Dire Claw it and just knock it out. Because the close combat's not going to KO us from that range. Even Adamant Choice Band is not going to knock us out. He does swap. What does he swap into? The Toxapex. He does swap into the Toxapex. It shouldn't... It might take a decent bit. It takes a little bit. That's a crit. No wonder. So we are going to swap back to Corviknight here. I don't want to get Toxicked by anything. I also don't want to see any sort of, like, shenanigans. With, like, Toxic Spikes or anything like that. Goes for Recover. Okay. That's fine, because we should still be able to deal with that with Jolteon. Yeah, Jolteon should still be able to deal with that pretty well with 2 Thunderbolts. So I'm going to go ahead and Roost on this. He does swap. What is he going to swap into? The Alecki, probably. Goes into the Zapdos again. That's fine. I might be able to Body Press the Zapdos. Body Press might do a decent chunk, especially after a close combat. Body Press will do a decent chunk to it. That's all I'm really looking for, is just damage. I might be able to U-turn, too. I think a U-turn might be better, because then I can bring in Jolteon for free. Because based off of this damage, we know close combat... We know he's Choice Band. So we're at 396. I'm going to U-turn. I'm going to U-turn and see what happens here. He U-turns himself. 396 to 373 with U-turn. $396 to 373, so that's 23 damage. Goes into Alecki. Okay. Sneasler should be able to knock this thing out pretty easily. He's at just under 75%. I would say it's like 72 maybe. A CC should be able to knock this thing out. He is Scarf, or he's just max speed and Volt switches. Yeah, no, that is 100% Scarf. That is modest Scarf. Crazy. That did very, very little. Playing some very good endgame here. He is playing some very good endgame. Now I know he's Scarfalecki. So Scarfalecki and Band. Hard swaps himself. I'm okay with letting Corv go down here. Goes back into Zapdos. I'm gonna U-turn on this guy again. Does go for a CC. That's fine. Honestly, I'm gonna go into Jolteon now. Jolteon on Zapdos, Galar. Thunderbolt's always gonna knock it out. I think I can just win here. Because I always just T-Bolt, right? Because Regieleki, we know he's 252, he's modest. We are at 105 HP with that. And Terra Blast, he's doing 30 to 35%. His highest roll is in 99%, so we just Thunderbolt. We're going to pick up the KO on the Zapdos. That is massive. Jolteon's just cleaning house right now. If he wants to go into Alecki, we definitely live a Terra Blast because we know he's Choice Scarf. He doesn't have a Tailwind up anymore. And he outsped Sneasler, who Sneasler is set to outspeed max speed Regieleki. So that has to be Scarf. Let's go back into Alecki. This guy does have HP, but we can Alluring Voice here. I'm gonna Alluring Voice. We always live a Terra Blast unless it's a crit. It does not crit. We are going to pick up the KO on Regieleki. Nice. Jolteon picking up 4 KOs in its debut in NBBL. We do see Toxapex come out next. Now, I'm assuming this is like a specially defensive variant. I am always going to go ahead and... I kind of want to just Volt Switch on this guy, though. I kind of want to Volt Switch and preserve Differential. That does so much damage. A T-Bolt might have actually KO'd there. A T-Bolt actually would have KO'd there. That's crazy. Go into Spartacus. Then we can slow pivot. That is actually crazy. I didn't think you'd be just full offensive Toxapex. I'm okay with just going for a well, I mean, how much is Corviknight doing to you? Body Press isn't that bad, but I think you're gonna recover. I think you're gonna recover. Oh, you just serve. Okay. I thought you were going to try to stall it out a little bit, but I guess not. Okay, well, I think, yeah, Necrozma is just going to pick up the KO here and just finish it off. Nice. Necrozma and Jolteon carrying this week. Nice. All right. We got a nice dub. We got a 4-0 dub. Massive. Really good after last week playing against Nova. GG's to Willow. I was not expecting support Latios, and Scarfalecki is an amazing bring. Plus Choice Band Zapdos, insane. So powerful. I literally had like no switch-ins for that. I was trying my best to play around it, and it was just so difficult. That thing is just so annoying to deal with. Thank you guys for watching week 2. Jolteon just absolutely carried. That thing is a monster with Terra. Yeah, I'll see you guys next week for week 3 in NBBL. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Peace.